The last conversation I had with my wife is we're getting an order ready was, hey, you know what? Things are going great. I think we're gonna have a great summer. 5 minutes later, I burned in a fire. I was filling 2 tanks. So we have a 500-gallon, 190 proof alcohol tank. And so I was filling up this tank and the pipe comes out and sprays alcohol everywhere. It just happened that day there was a plug and I had something charging in that plug. And I just see a little blue spark come out of that plug. Once it hit me, I felt hot. Like all my clothes, and you can't do anything with that unless you just, it has to dissolve out. I had a 5-gallon water cooler. I just grabbed that thing, it was full. I just laid down on the ground, started putting myself out. You hear it just sizzle away. The handle was actually melting in my hand because my entire arm, everything was on fire still.
Meet Hermoz Parsa, CEO of 101 Vodka, immigrant entrepreneur, and someone who literally had to rebuild himself. Hermoz survived third-degree burns on 70% of his body, 2 months in a coma, and the complete collapse of everything he'd worked for. This conversation isn't just about business resilience. It's about what it takes to keep moving forward when staying still would be easier. Welcome to the Exit Interview. Hi everyone, welcome to today's Exit Interview. We're here with Hermoz Parsa, an entrepreneur and the CEO of 101 Vodka. Cheers!
Cheers! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, everybody!
There we go.
Hey!
There is actual vodka in here.
Mm.
Amazing.
It's great.
Delicious.
Yes.
Well, welcome to the podcast. We're excited to have you.
Thanks for having me.
So would love to just start off, if you could give us a little bit about yourself and kind of how you came to be the CEO of 101 Vodka.
I'll start at the very beginning. So I was actually born in Iran. We came here just after the revolution. At that time, that was the American dream. You come here, parents came, had everything together as far as started business, started from scratch.
What business did they start?
My dad was in contracting, so he had an engineer's license back then. Of course, you come here, do it again.
Sure.
My mom went into hair business,
Oh.
so she became a hairstylist. So that was the beginning of it all. Fortunately, I had great parents that worked hard. We didn't grow up wealthy. We didn't grow up poor.
Right.
We had enough,
Just enough, right.
that as you get older, you can appreciate that.
Yeah.
So then at the age of 6, I was cutting a string on a truck. The knife went through the string, went through my eye.
Oh.
Almost lost my eye. But through that whole situation, was in the hospital for a while, came out. Kids are not nice. So I was going to school
Not
at the
at
time.
6 years old, no.
No. So I had one eye smaller than the other.
Oh.
And I think that actually helped me out through life because I realized like a lot of people picked on me at the time. And it just kind of changed my view on people, like just be nice to people. You know, everyone has a disadvantage somewhere, something happened, it'll add to their story, but just be kind. And then through time, I went to school, got my degree in business, fell into the distillery, which was just a small business at the time and was making brandy at the time. And was like, okay, let me see if I
What
could
got
build
you
this.
into that?
Yeah, the distillery.
You know, so my dad had a side hobby with being an engineer, so he kind of built the distillery. But it was,
okay.
at that time, my dad just turned 90, you know, doing health.
He turned 90 and built a distillery?
No, right now he just turned 90.
Oh, I was gonna say.
At that time, yeah. So at that time, let's backtrack about 25 years.
Yeah.
So it was like a hobby for him.
Oh, okay.
I was like, hey, I know how to do this stuff. I'm going to build this for his friends and making the moonshine. And
Oh, how fun.
at the time, he was going back and forth to Iran as well. So he was just like, hey, can you go close this place down? Or if you want to do something with it, do something with it. So I was coming out of school. I was working like 5 different jobs. I was like, I'm going to see if I can do something with this. Started messing around with the vodka, making making the brandy. Took the brandy to Newport Beach. Met a lady at the liquor store. She, with her broken accent, was like, no brandy, just vodka.
Really?
I was like, all right, I'll figure this out. So I went back, messed around, made vodka, had all my friends drinking. Did this for a while, came out, made some more money, got made some bottles, took that to stores, and then it slowly started building from there.
Wow.
So it was like that slow transition which is the hardest transition. Make
Yeah.
some money, use that money.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
I can't do anything else, so I make more money.
Right.
Yeah.
And starting any business, that's the problem.
Right.
Yeah.
So then eventually got into Ralph's grocery store. Frank Rizzi, he was the guy at the time, emailed him every day for about, I think, 10 months.
Wow.
And every week, excuse me. He replied every week, reach out to me next week. And you don't get that from people anymore. But
Yeah.
he did that, so he actually helped start all this.
Wow.
Because he could have ignored me and I had no other opportunity.
Right. But good for you for being
Persistent.
persistent. Yeah.
Well, fortunately, I was persistent because he was helpful. Usually now you deal with people, everyone knows, you want to get a job, you do whatever you want to do, you reach out to people and they're just like, no, thank you.
Right.
And that's it. And you'll never get a reply again.
Right.
Yeah.
He was at least thoughtful enough, hey, reach out next week. And kept doing that until one night, I think I got home, it was probably like 11 o'clock on a Sunday night, get a message. I have an appointment 8 a.m. if you want to come see me.
Wow.
So I went in, sat down, we had a conversation. He said, and I'll never forget, he goes, what can you do for me or for the company in itself?
Right.
So of course my only answer, what do you need? We can do whatever you need. And he was just like, think about that question, come back. Gave him a bottle, told him some stories, met up with him 3 weeks later, asked same questions.
So how old are you at this time?
I was 24.
24. And then, so what was the value proposition that you what was the plan you came up with to answer his question?
Was basically whatever you guys need in sales tactics, we can do. So we provide money back on sales, which he was always good for. And at the time, again, it was easier to do things. You know, especially come from me. I'm like, hey, if they have a deal with, let's say, the tonic water you have or soda water, we can do like 50 cents off. Do something to combine with other products.
I see.
Now that's just expected anyways.
Yeah.
Right.
But it
at
was
the
just a lot
time-
easier to
right.
talk to people. It just it was just more personal. Now I just feel like just people in general don't want to take the time to connect with people to see what they can offer.
And coming up with that value proposition, who did you confide in to come up with the value proposition? Because 24 is pretty young.
Myself.
Or was it just yourself? Yeah.
myself.
Okay. No chat GPT.
It's not at that time.
Yeah.
But I just got lucky. I mean, I knew enough. I've traveled the world. I've had times to backpack through Europe when I was younger. So I got to meet other cultures, meet other people,
Right.
get a lot of insight from smart people, just about life in general.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But had
So-
you networked with other people who ran other
No.
brands at that point? Or
No. And I think even if I
Was
did,
it hard to do that at that time, or?
I think it probably would have been. I
Yeah.
didn't because I was probably a little too confident. And that was
24.
probably, because you think like, I'm doing something.
Right.
Rather than trying to make connections with people as far as like I grew up in our culture, especially being Persian. Everyone, there are a lot of good people, but people don't want to see you get above where they're at.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, interesting.
So they'll help you, but no one wants to help you up. Yeah, it's just tough. So you can't, if I go to someone that says, oh, I know somebody, they're really not going to introduce you to that person.
They just
Right.
want you to know that they know
Or they
that
want
person.
something out of it. Like, I also have a very close group of friends that anything you need, I can do for you. I'll do it for you. I don't
it's
need anything in
transactional.
return. It's not like, hey, I can connect you with this buyer. Maybe I could give you that broker check.
Right.
Like, really? Yeah, I don't have anything to offer you already. If you want something already,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
how's that going to work?
Right.
But that's just how people are. And I've learned to accept it and learn not to judge people. If that's just how they are. That's just how they are.
Yeah.
You just appreciate them.
Yeah.
Do keep them around for what you need them for as far as friendships go, and then you just move on.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, I was really confident. I thought I was doing something. I got in Ralph's right away. Okay, good job. Then I got in Walmart.
Right.
I'm like, man, I'm doing it. No one else can.
Yeah.
is
You're
in the space.
not even
Like,
25 at
you
this
know.
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
And how did you scale so quickly? Because those are big distributors.
It was the stores and the chains themselves. So I never went through a distributor. So I figured, why go through a distributor if I'm just sending it to their warehouses and it's getting shipped out? So why am I losing that 30% cut? At the time, I didn't realize distributors have a hold on a lot of connections. They're the ones that get you into bars and restaurants. But I was like, it's okay, I can do it this way. So I was making great money. I was comfortable. I was still able to golf when I wanted to, hang out with my friends. When you have your own business, you can just travel when you want to, relatively.
Right.
You
Yeah.
still got to get orders. but it was just always like, that's the way I want to do it.
Yeah.
Because happiness is always like your number one priority.
Yeah.
As it should be. Like, you shouldn't, as we just were talking before, is, you can work hard your whole life, but life is short.
Yeah.
You don't realize it. Like, you see people around you. I have a cousin of mine, he has brain cancer. And he's turning 51 next week.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
And this guy, I'm talking, he traveled the world. He surfed the biggest waves you could find. He always found joy
He lived
in
life.
the simplicity, not credit cards and what I can buy and what's
Right.
expensive. But he always said, this is life.
Right.
And so I got lucky enough that I got to snowboard with him, travel with him,
Nice.
do certain things. So you appreciate those. And when you're in that situation now,
Yeah.
you go, wow, like, that's what life's about. Enjoying those moments.
Absolutely.
'Cause if you don't, you're just working and working and working. And then that happens and you go, what the fuck?
Just
Like,
passed
this
you
is not
by.
fair.
Yeah.
I missed everything.
Right.
Right. So that's how I look at, those things.
Yeah.
Makes
just
sense.
be happy. Life
sense.
is short.
Yeah.
And, in my situation, could have been a lot shorter.
So now you're still under or pre-25 at this point. You're in two really big supermarkets, Walmart and Ralph's at the time,
Yeah.
right? And then what happens?
I was getting more stores and things were going well. The last conversation I had with my wife is we're getting an order ready was, hey, you know what? Things are going great. I think we're going to have a great summer. Talk to you later. That was it.
And then you had an
And then
accident. What was the
5
accident?
minutes later, I burned in a fire.
You burned in a
wow.
fire.
Yeah. Fluke accident, 1 in a million. I was filling 2 tanks. So we have a 500-gallon, 190 proof alcohol tank. And then imagine across the room is a blending tank. So everything gets, with the pipe, gets passed over. So if I mumble a little bit, it's from the Coma.
Oh,
So
Wow.
words sometimes have a tough time coming out.
okay.
So you'll see that a little bit. And so I was filling up this tank. I was just happened to be right in the middle of it. And the pipe comes out and sprays alcohol everywhere. If it sprayed up, straight, to the right, no big deal. It would have just cleaned everything up real nice and it would have been fine. But it sprayed to the left. And I just happened that day there was a plug. And I had something
Christ.
charging in that plug.
Oh,
So,
Jesus Christ.
and this thing pumps out like maybe 20 gallons per minute. So it's just forcing water out. It hits the plug. Well, I get covered first of all, head to toe with alcohol. And it has emergency shut off. So I immediately shut it off. But by that time, everything's kind of soaked. And I just see a little blue spark come out of that plug. Just that little, if you've ever pulled out a plug or something.
Yeah.
He like a little,
And let's say like from me to the wall, and I just see that spark, just the whole wall turn blue.
Jesus Christ.
So you just have this blue flame, and it actually looked pretty nice. It wasn't like,
Right,
it
until
was
you
just this blue
realize-
Yeah.
flame just goes woof, like a wave, and it's
Right.
just following the alcohol. And there was enough fumes in the air that it carried over the
Oh,
fumes.
Jesus.
So I just saw it kind of like, oh, it's coming at me. Whew. So once it hit me, I felt hot. Like
Wow.
all my clothes, and you can't do anything with that
No.
unless you just, it has to dissolve out. There's
my
not
God.
rolling around on the ground, none of that.
Right.
Tapping
Well, because
you out.
it's all covered everywhere anyway.
It's just burn. It'll burn.
Right.
And it's alcohol. Until you
Right.
get the water to blend it out. I had a 5-gallon water cooler a container. You see inside of a water cooler.
Yeah.
Right.
And it has a handle on it. I just grabbed that thing. It was full. And I just laid down on the ground and started putting myself out.
Wow.
So you
putting
can hear-
yourself out. So
Yeah.
you're by yourself.
once everything started going up, went up quick. Because I had boxes that caught on fire, everything. And I just
Yeah.
yelled to the guys on the other side, we get out the front door.
Oh.
So they just obviously, most people see fire, you run.
They run,
Run.
right.
So
Yeah.
that's what they did.
Yeah.
And of course, so next to my office, my warehouse, there's a bunch of woodworkers. Literally 3 offices of guys who do carpentry and stuff. So my first thought process was, if this goes anywhere, it's just going to keep burning everything down.
Yeah.
So I grabbed this, laid down, started putting myself out. You could hear it just sizzle away. The handle was actually melting in my hand because my entire arm, everything was on fire still.
Crazy.
So the last thing I put out was this arm. That's why this one got the brunt of the
Right.
completely, fortunately the doctors saved my arm. And then after I put myself out, I realized, okay, this whole place is on fire. So I had a fire extinguisher with one hand, grabbed the hose in the other hand, and I'm just running around just dousing things. Wow. So by the time the fire department even came, like everything was already out. Like everything was put out. And like I had, again, those 5-gallon water coolers, bottles that you've seen.
Right.
I'll show you a picture later. Completely melted down. I had a bunch of them laying on the side. It was so hot in there that everything just, it melted up.
Oh.
Like it just completely melted up and disfigured.
Oh my gosh.
So that's why probably my skin was just melting off at the point.
Right. I'm surprised you didn't like lose consciousness right there.
So that eventually happened.
Oh, okay.
But
You were just like adrenaline.
you have adrenaline running. I didn't even realize like I just burned all my skin off.
Right.
So
you weren't even in pain. You were just like shocked.
Oh yeah, not even pain, nothing.
Right.
Just shock.
Oh.
Wow.
So again, fortunately for me, so 3 things happened that day. One was the fact I acted quickly enough.
Right.
2, I said 4 things then. 2, I had the water available quick enough to put myself out. Otherwise, the damage would be worse.
Right.
Yeah.
I was always in really good physical shape since high school. So what happens fire doesn't burn through your muscle. Like it burns through your skin, but it doesn't really burn through your muscle. Like if you're a little overweight, it just burns through the fat. Like it literally just melts the fat away. If you're too skinny, you're gone. So I was fortunate enough to at least be in good shape. And my neighbor that was 3 offices down, his girlfriend at the time was visiting, just having lunch with him that day. She was a nurse. So fortunate for her, because he saw the smoke, he ran over like, hey, you okay? I'm like, yeah, man, I had a little fire here. And he called his wife, or girlfriend. She ran over, and she was a nurse. She's like, you need to get to the hospital. I'm like, are you sure? Like, I'm one of those people who never go to the hospital. Broken bones. I'm like, it'll fix itself. You know, like,
Right.
I know what they're going to tell
You'll
me.
splint it yourself.
You'll be fine.
It's like I just grew up. That's how my dad was. That's how we grew up being, right? Like, just toughen up. So fortunately for her that she said that, because I would have gone home. I would have probably gone home and like took a shower because I didn't realize how bad it was. Because I was fine in that moment.
Yeah.
I thought like I was cool.
You're just like in
Didn't
shock.
realize my hair was all burnt off.
Right.
Like, I was looking in the mirror like
you're
I had
just
a hat on, there was
adrenaline
just
and shock.
seams left from it. My clothes obviously had holes and everything, but the alcohol it burns separate than normal fire because it burns underneath. So it was just burning the skin off.
Oh my God.
So fortunate for her. So she told him take me to Kaiser. So from Santa Ana, I went to Irvine Kaiser. I walked in, and again, pandemic time. So they wanted
this is during the pandemic.
So the nurse walks down, and I got fortunate again. She was like, "Oh no, you need to go to another hospital." She's like, "We need to get you to ambulance to OC Global, which is the #1 like burn center where people come from other states."
Oh,
right?
okay.
So they took me there, and I remember being in the ambulance. I'm laying down. They got me all tied up, and I was looking at the guy. I'm like, "Hey, how bad is it?" And he just shook his head. I was like, "Not good." Called my wife. Hey, there was an accident. Meet me at this hospital. Then once she sees me, she's flipping out.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I'm telling her, hey, these are the contacts. These are the people I need you to email. And this
Right.
how to,
Wow.
how
So
to
you're still like
contact
You're
handling
still
business
just
in
like,
the
yeah.
for that moment. And then maybe, she was there maybe 10 minutes of me doing this. And then I just remember that's when the shock kicked in. My hand, like have you ever seen the idea of a dead fish on land just flopping around? That was every limb on my body. Like I was just like shaking, like legs flipping up and down, arms going, no control.
Like
just
nerve
the shock
damage
kicked in
just started happening.
And I think that's the last thing I remember. The nurse asked me, "Are you wearing contacts?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's okay, we got to take that out. And that was it. Wow. And then they induced me in a coma just because everything was so bad.
Yeah.
2 months in a coma. And that was it. And just a lot of lucid dreams. And but I'll tell anyone, if you know anyone in a coma, talk to them.
Oh, you could hear.
Well, I don't know how much you can hear, but you get a sense. I don't know how up and down I was because I had so much infections and my fevers were like 105 and
Wow.
of course I was out of it. So
Of course.
no feeling for me, but
Right.
I still, my cousin I was speaking of that is doing with the brain cancer right now. I remember stories where apparently afterwards I found out he would call, my sister would put the phone next to me.
Oh, wow.
And he would just talk about all the stuff we used to do. Remember when we went surfing there, and you remember when we went snowboarding here?
Yeah.
And I remember I was having a dream where I was with Mike and we were transitioning, like we were in the woods, and then all of a sudden it was snowy. So that's when we were snowboarding. We were in Lake Tahoe.
Right.
And then from there, like we were in Europe.
Right.
And these were just his stories he was telling me for hours.
Right.
And I think they
So
were
you were like
turned into
dreaming.
dreams.
so that what I thought was a dream was that.
Wow.
And obviously I don't remember all of them. I had some pretty
Right, of
lucid
course.
ones that were nuts. But
Yeah.
you always talk to people because you don't know if they can hear you or not.
Right.
Wow.
If they can, I mean, it's a beautiful thing. 'Cause
Right.
I
Yeah.
think that helps you out. in
Did
that
you have
process.
any like walk towards the light, don't walk towards the light kind of
I don't think
dreams?
so. I think when people say walk through the light, because they're laying on a gurney and there's a giant light
Right,
above them.
right, probably.
So you're like, yeah, there's a light there.
Yeah.
I mean, but I could tell you people who say things like that because you go through, they're giving you, first of all, so much drugs,
Right.
so
Yeah.
much stuff while you're under, like,
Right.
yeah.
And
I
you were
bet-
put in a coma because of the nerve damage and the pain.
I lost all my skin.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they had whatever I had skin, so I had
much of yours-
third degree on 70%.
Wow.
on 70%, 70.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I mean, and these are my surgery bills were just under $1 million.
Wow.
So these were great surgeons. There was 3 surgeons. I had 23 surgeries when I was in there.
Yeah.
I just remember like the last 5.
Yeah.
Which was like, one was horrific because they didn't give me enough drugs. Because I'm completely bandaged up from
Yeah.
ankles to the
Right.
top of my head.
Yeah.
So it's like skin grafting kind of
Skin graft, they were taking that off every day, ripping the skin off, putting
Oh.
it, you know. And if you, it never affected
Are
me.
you numbed every time they do it or no?
I mean, so once I woke up, I wasn't.
Oh.
Right.
But when you're in it,
Of course.
you're just on, again, so much drugs.
Yeah.
I assume I was on site. I didn't feel anything.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Because once the stuff that I did feel was absolute torture.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
I've never cried from pain before.
Right.
And I remember just laying there. They had me on my side. They were pulling out the mesh that was like grew into my skin.
Oh yeah.
And they were pulling it out my back. And I was just like getting teary eyed, like, oh, this hurts.
Yeah.
Wow, this hurts.
Yeah.
And I was like, guys, are you almost done? This hurts. Like, don't worry. We got to do it.
Right.
Like, can't give me something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just crying, just on my side, just
Yeah.
like, oh my God, this is terrible. I was just mummified. I don't know
Yeah.
if I showed you the picture, but I was literally
Yeah.
just mummified, so you couldn't move. You know,
So how long were you in the hospital all told?
all together it was almost 4 months.
Wow.
Yeah, but 2 months I was in coma.
2 months in the coma, and then 2
from
months.
the hospital I was at in pandemic time. They don't want to let people see you. You weren't allowed in hospitals.
Right.
Like
Oh.
maybe one
Right.
person at a time.
Could your wife see you during this time?
So
or?
because of where I was, yes. And they were letting 2-3 people. They were just like, it's okay. You know,
Yeah.
just wear a mask and don't get him sick.
And you have a baby at this point.
At the time, a 7-month-old. So
Wow.
unfortunately, I missed all the walking and
Yeah.
that was an emotional time because I just saw videos every day. Like once they couldn't bring her to the hospital.
Right. Of course.
So-
She's a baby. Yeah.
I was just sitting there looking at videos and shit. And, like I was so close with her. You know, a lot of women say, "Oh, the baby's all about the moms." No, my baby was all about dad.
Aww.
Still is. She
Yeah.
still just go towards mom now, but she was always daddy's girl. Like,
Yeah.
I need daddy
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
time,
yeah.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
But I remember that time when she saw me again. By the time I got home,
Right.
she was kind of like, "Who are you?"
Right. Because it almost
Because-
been
Been
so
so
long.
Almost 3-4 months, a long time.
Right.
That's half her life.
That's half her
Right.
life.
Right.
chunk of,
Yeah.
like,
Wow.
You know, it was like she was picking up my bandages and like,
Right.
who's this guy?
Right.
Aw.
Like, it's me, daddy.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And what was your process? Like once you woke up from the coma and you had to go through those additional like 2 months, like how did you kind of get through that mentally? Is that family
miserable.
faith? Is that
Well, fortunate. So when I was there, it was family because it was just like you're just in a hospital room.
right?
And I had, fortunately, at the time, I was really into basketball, always been basketball. So they were doing the lockdown for basketball too. So playoffs started later. So I got to watch all that stuff all day.
Yeah.
So at least I had something to watch.
Right.
Yeah.
So that helped. And then I had someone with me all the time. Like my dad was there every morning by the time I woke up. Then my sister would come. So I have 3 sisters. And we are a very, very tight-knit family. We never leave anyone alone.
Got it.
You know, again, my dad was there so many hours. Then he would go, then my sister would come. Then the other sister would come. And my wife would come. Then my other sister would come. And then my mom and dad would come together. So throughout the day, I always had someone to
Somebody,
like
right.
converse with and be with. And like at first they were just writing me notes because I had all the tubes in my throat
Right.
so
You
I
were
couldn't talk.
intubated. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, you know, which as long as you, I mean, to take away your vocabulary that you can't speak, just looking at people, that's terrible.
Yeah.
And so, because trying to talk to them, there's like blink twice.
Right.
You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
he would ask me questions.
Right.
That's how we would converse.
Right.
That's all I had, because I couldn't use my hands, couldn't do anything.
Wow.
It gets tough. But fortunately, you got to have family.
Yeah.
They're close enough. And then after that, then by the time, like, you want to get out of a hospital, if you're in a hospital, you don't want to be there. But then when you have to go out of there, you're like, why are you sending me home? Because when I went,
you're like, am I ready to go home?
Yeah, when I went to county, they would throw you in a silver tub, metal tub, and wash you every day. Because they got to wash your wounds with towels. I felt bad for the people, but then I'm like, can I get some drugs? It's like, you just bite on this towel. It's miserable. I'm like,
my goodness.
Why do you do that to people? And I've had these conversations with them, like, well, we're trying to get you off the drugs. Like, can you do that when I go home?
Right.
Like, not here when you're scrubbing my wounds with towels.
Yikes.
And you're bleeding everywhere.
Oh my God.
And for like an hour, and it's just profuse blood everywhere. And this poor girl or guy, whoever it is, you're just butt naked in a tub, and they're just scrubbing you. And they have to scrub to get, like, because you see muscle, like, it's that bad.
Oh.
It's just open wounds everywhere.
Right.
And, you know, by the time I remember when they wanted to send me home, I was like, who's going to take care of me?
Right.
Like, oh, you'll be okay. We'll send someone. I had like 4 or 5 people come, like, we can't treat you. We're just here to, like, give people a shower.
Right.
Like, you're bleeding everywhere. You got wounds. We don't even know how to do this. So my wife had to do it.
Wow.
Every day. She
Wow.
would come over. Like, I'd stay at my parents' house because I had dogs. So she would have to, you know, come there for 2 hours.
Wow.
My mother-in-law would stay with my daughter. So it was a whole process for a couple months before,
Wow.
like,
What happened? What happened to your and your wife's relationship in that time?
what happens to every relationship when you're not together? You're happy. No, she was great. I mean, it's tough, but in the moment, like, you're not thinking of that.
Right, you're just getting through.
I mean, you're not having a bad time, you know. But I'm so busy dealing with what I'm dealing with, and she's so busy dealing with everything else.
Everything else, right?
Right, because she's
got the
there's no free
baby,
time. She's going to work, and she works, so she's like, she goes to work during the day with my daughter, takes her there, then has to come back, take my daughter home. My mother-in-law would stay there to take care of the dogs. Then she would have to come back to my parents' house, wash me, which takes like 2 hours.
Wow.
And by the time you wash and do all that stuff, and then wrap me up and mummify me again and all that, and then she goes off back to home.
Oof.
So it was like this process continuously, which sucks because they really don't. When you get sick or something terrible happens to you, it happens to you. You only think about yourself. You're like, okay, this sucks.
Yeah.
But these people have to deal with it too.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's no
Happens to your whole
answer to help
family.
them. They're
Right.
like, you know, you got to deal with this and this. There's no help for them.
Right.
Sometimes there's help when they send people to your house to help you individually.
Yeah.
But not for them.
Yeah.
You're the one dealing with all the extra stress.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was that.
Wow.
I mean, it gets tough, but
Yeah.
like all things, you move forward.
How long did the full recovery take? I mean, you've healed very well because you can't even tell.
I'm still not fully recovered just because of so much nerve damage. So, like we were having the conversation before, where when it gets cold, and I love snowboarding, but when you get into the mountains, like all your nerves kick in. Because like as you get older, your joints start hurting.
Oh, sure.
You know, and I have plenty of that too. But then everything starts like needle pricks everywhere. And when it gets too hot, then everything itches. Wow. You're like, oh my God, what do I do? Like,
Yeah.
And you start getting like welts all over your skin. You're just like, what the hell's happening to me?
Yeah.
But it's just part of the process.
Right.
Wow.
You know.
So the skin grafting is they take skin from other areas of your body and put it on top, or what is?
Tell you this, just watch it one time. It's the worst thing you've ever seen. I didn't think anything bad about it. I was like, oh, they just do skin grafts. And one day I went and Googled it and watched the video. Ugh, it's horrific. It looks like this silver box, and the guy has a handle like a carrot peeler. And they just, like if this is your leg, for example, they just go zzz, right up your leg.
Oh, wow.
And then out the backside comes this thin, flat piece of skin. And left underneath is just a chunk of nothingness, which is like your muscle.
Yeah,
and like,
yeah.
ugh. Like that. That was nasty. And it just comes off so perfectly.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
like
so it's
this-
just like flattening it.
It just flattens it, and it gives it like, it's hard to tell from there, but it has this coarse look to it where it's like, people think I got like tattoos. They're like, oh, where'd you get that? I'm like, fire.
You're like,
Fire,
You're
yeah.
like, I just on my skin. It's totally fine.
Yeah, so it
Right.
comes out in that pattern. So then they stretch it over your skin.
Oh, wow.
And they put staples in it, and they just
Right.
lock you up.
Wow.
Wow.
So I just had that everywhere. So wherever they could take off, they took off.
Right.
Like both sides of my legs and the back. I can actually show you. You can kind of see here.
Yeah.
Right.
Like all of that. And they took
Right.
off, and they pasted all up on my thighs, and took off my ass, and they put all over my back.
Yeah.
You know, whatever I had on my back went on my ears
Right,
and my
right,
neck.
Right,
and,
right, right.
You know, and they did stem cells all over my face and
Right.
fish skin and
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
everything.
Yeah.
You name it, they did it.
Wow.
So what happened? So in the 6-month time of your recovery, what happened to your business? Did it completely fall apart?
Completely fell apart.
Right.
Because unfortunately, and it was more towards like a year, because by the time I could get myself really functioning.
Right.
Because when you're wrapped up in bandages and hospitalized for so
Right.
long, you don't realize like it's even hard to walk.
Right.
Like I had to slowly get to walking. I had
Right.
to rehab to where they overly did my skin on my arms so I couldn't lift this arm up.
Oh, wow.
So it was like that little area in your armpit.
Right.
Yeah.
Mine went down. So it was like a wing, and I was like, I can't lift my arm.
Oh, wow.
So I had to tear that multiple times to like be able to
Right, get
function.
mobility,
Same with my arm. My arm was just basically stuck like this,
Wow.
and because of skin grafts. So I would have to pull myself on a table. I would get a lock bar, and my wife would have to push my arm in. I would just stick in that for
Wow.
like a few hours.
Wow.
Wow.
But yeah, so once I got back in it, it was like I thought it would be simple. Call the stores. Hey, you know
Right.
the situation.
Because are your employees still working for you?
No.
They're all gone
No,
at this point.
they're all gone now.
How long did it go after your accident that you let all your employees go?
Oh, they were gone after.
Oh, right after.
Because
Oh,
I was out of commission.
Got it.
I
So
wasn't
it was
talking to
just
anyone.
like, okay, got it.
And they were like, "What is happening?"
I got it.
Yeah.
And my wife was just talking back and forth, like, "Hey, you
Right.
know, I don't know if he's gonna make it. I don't know what's
Right.
happening." and,
Right,
you
right, right.
know.
So that went away immediately.
Yeah, so we don't know what we're doing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was part of the process.
Got it.
Yeah.
And got some great people, but everyone
Yeah,
did
yeah.
well. But you can only wait so long.
Of course,
Right,
of course.
right.
So you
Yeah.
started from nothing.
So
now.
I started, and I thought everything would be simple.
Right.
I was like, okay, I'm healed, I'm good. I made some phone calls and
Right. Get everything
you know,
going.
and you would think a lot of these companies are like, hey, they go by the thought process of you see the ads, community first, like we help out, we do not so much.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's business first.
Sure.
But so I reached out to the buyers I knew, and they're like, oh no, you have to talk to these people now, and
Oh.
I can't make any decisions, and it just went on and on that way. So another year went by. It's like, okay, no problem. I'll reach out. I'll make more contacts. Another year went by. Nothing happened. And just when I was getting to that standpoint, I'm still paying for rent, insurances, everything that comes with owning a distillery.
Yeah, of course.
And like I was having that conversation with my wife. Do I keep this? I hate to let it go. 'Cause anything you put so much of your life into,
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
you're so proud of, like
Yeah.
this was going to be my legacy.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
You don't want to let it go.
How old were you when the accident happened?
I was just before 40, so I was 39.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like at least over 20 years you had the
Almost,
distillery.
yeah.
Yeah.
Almost, yeah.
Wow.
About 15 years, yeah.
Yeah.
So again, I was holding on for dear life, but again, costs I'm not working.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still trying to figure things
You
out.
say you got $1 million in medical bills.
and that whole process, that's a
Right.
whole other process.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And so all that stuff is happening, and so my sister calls me, and she's like, you know what? I was having dinner, and I ran into an old friend, and she's a lawyer for CBS. They're doing something with Dancing with the Stars, and I mentioned you're doing better, and you got the vodka out. Do you want to sponsor it? I was like, well, yeah, why not? So got into Dancing with the Stars. So now I'm like, okay, now we're doing a huge event, and they had it great. It was like 500-600 people, all the celebrities. Like we had our own little vodka stand. It was just us. Like we went through so much alcohol. Met a lot of great people,
I'm sure you did.
and just met a ton of red carpet people that do their own events. I'm like, okay, now I have the event space. So I started doing Oscars. I started doing the Emmys.
Got it.
Private parties, Netflix parties. So I'm like, okay, now I kind of have the event space where people will go and they'll post the pictures, and that's something I never had.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I gotta get back in the stores. So I
Yeah.
did that for a while, and then I was like, okay, I gotta get in the stores. But it wasn't as easy as I thought. It was just that hustle. Who can I call this week? Who can I call that week?
Right.
But nowadays, people don't reply back. Oh, reach out to me again. It's just blank.
It's just nothing.
It's like, am I just pissing them off by constantly calling? Or maybe, they'll see something and be like, okay, I think we're good. Let's bring them on. So eventually it worked. I got through bonds. They changed their buyer. Met the new guy. We had great conversations. Had a wine night that was completely not connected to that. And the guy I was sitting to was their main wine buyer. And I was telling my story to the lady in front of me, and he just kind of like, hey, so have you ever gotten into Vons? I'm like, yeah, I'm actually in there. He's like, what? How come I don't know about it? He gave me his card. Real good guy. So he connected me with their actual buyer for spirits that they just changed over to. It took some time, but he was like, you know what? I'll get you in there. You have a great product. I love the bottle. Pricing's good. Vodka's good. So let's do it.
Let's go.
So now just got into it. I mean, that was still a long time. It took a year to go through that process.
Sure.
But he finally, they finally pushed it through. And we got it.
Wow.
So now, as of next week, we'll be in the last pavilion store.
Okay.
And so all the pavilions in California will have it.
Amazing.
And so buy some vodka.
Yes.
Vodka. If you're
And with that, we shall take another sip. Cheers.
yeah. Want to drink good vodka? Yeah.
So you said there's a story behind the design of the bottle.
I was looking at, obviously, the names when I came out with the name. 101 is just the 101 freeway. If you watch sports, 101 comes up a lot. There's addresses. It's just a number you see a lot if you really think about it. If you want to get more into it, there's, school, history 101.
Sure.
Well, now we go, there's drinking 101. 101 vodka, back to the basics. Vodka nice. So the little things you can just kind of play with. In any other language, it's still just 101.
Right,
Uno
right,
said
right.
uno, like whatever you want to do.
Right.
You don't have to stick with just that name. So that was where the name came from. And then I designed the tree with a bird flown off a tree to give you the idea that there's always something more. It's actually engraved on the side of the bottle. It says, it's your journey. Because all of us have, there's down times in our lives. There's good times in our lives. But when those bad things happen, you either have a choice to stay in a dried out place that has no meaning for you anymore,
Right.
or find the next best place. If that's finding new friends, finding new jobs, finding a new place to live, whatever it is, there's always the next place if you choose it to be. And then once you have a few drinks, you read the poem on the back, and it's all about life.
Right.
Oh, there's a poem on the back.
Yeah. So because I drank a lot. We all did in our youth. And
Oh, I love this.
Yeah.
So it says, life is about not knowing, taking chances. It's the feeling you get at the end of the day, recalling, being in the worst situation and making the best of it, experiencing failure, finding that special someone and not letting them go, love, closing your eyes to see what's in front of you, accepting it, doing things you had never dreamt about, not planning, not knowing what's going to happen next, ambiguity. Living isn't just life. Life is how you live. Cheers to the future because I'm done with the past.
Amen to that.
And there you go. Now, after a few cocktails, that's going to sound real good. Rather than, you always read like the back of bottles and you're at a party, it's late.
Right.
Like, this was made in the Himalayas from
Yeah.
water that fell off God. And it's just,
Right.
I'm like, okay,
All right.
let me do something you actually might
Distilled in
enjoy.
nature's finest rock formation.
Yeah. So this is 7-time filtered, gluten-free, ultra premium vodka. So the uniqueness of this is sugar cane and corn.
Yeah. So the reason I'm not a big fan of just corn vodkas, and the big thing is no additives. That's my big thing of all things, because the more stuff they put in it, so they try to make vodka that's bad good, and that's probably what adds to the hangovers. And
Yeah.
so I can't state the no hangover vodka, but I've been told.
Right.
Listen, a few cocktails is half the bottle.
Right.
You know.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
If you drink right, it's half the bottle.
Yeah.
If you're doing it right.
Yeah.
I love that.
So, but that's one thing I wanted to make sure is no additives,
Right.
gluten-free, just because, a lot of people say, it's all bogus. But I do know a few people, I've known a few women in my past that they were like, if I drink this, I get all red. Or, so they're specific to only drinking certain things. So I've seen it happen to people. So I'm okay, I'll go with corn as a base. And then sugarcane, if you add just the right amount, it doesn't become too sweet. And if you have too much sugarcane, it's almost vanilla-ish, like the taste. So it just adds a little bit of sweetness to it, so you can drink it straight.
Right.
Right. And it has I want to say flavor, but it's not rubbing alcohol.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So you can enjoy it.
Right.
That's how I always think, like everything. Be happy, enjoy good cocktails,
Yeah.
Right.
be around good people.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what makes life fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Absolutely.
everyone says, don't drink. Drinking is bad.
Yeah.
Drink a bottle by yourself, that's bad.
Yeah.
You know, all things in life you should experience. And if you experience with people, that's
Yeah.
less stress, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm still so amazed because you don't we just see your neck and everything, but you can't see the
tell.
grafting at all on your face or
Good-
your
good
neck.
surgeons.
yeah.
Yeah.
Surgeons. Like
Yeah.
if you look close enough, you can see like around my ears where they cut and
Right,
a little
right,
bit
right.
deformed. If I showed you all the pictures, like
Yeah.
my ears were like that big, full of pus. Like they look like they're about
Ooh.
to explode.
Wow.
My neck, they did all this is skin graft.
Wow.
Again, great
amazing.
job, all through the back.
So the amount of like
So-
pain you had to endure going through recovery.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
I mean, fortunately, most of those surgeries, like I said, I was
Right. You were
unconscious.
just out.
Right.
Yeah.
It was after that, that's when you had like the miserable time.
Right. Of
And
course.
I would always tell myself, like, okay, this sucks, but it could be worse.
How did you stay
Right.
persistent when you finally re-entered and realized, oh wait, this isn't as easy as I
think
thought?
you just have to be. I mean, you hear the old stories of like when Vikings came to take over like a land, they burnt
Yeah.
the ships.
Yeah.
So there's no
Right.
way back.
Yeah.
Right.
That was it. It was
Right.
like I had no way back. I could. I mean, there's a plan B always, but it's like that sucks.
Yeah.
I don't want that 9
What's
to 5.
the plan D? Oh, like just get a job.
to,
Right.
to work with someone else for the whole rest of your life. When I had something great,
Yeah.
when I had something that I knew I had a great business, I had time to golf in the mornings. I had,
Right.
you know, like I said, you could travel when you want to, relatively. You can base it off like your schedules. Like there's certain freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there's the hardship of owning your own business, but there's that
course.
freedom of owning
Right.
your own business.
Yeah.
Where it's not someone else like, you're 5 minutes late. What's going on with you? Really? Do
Yeah.
I need to explain? There was traffic. What do you want me to
Right,
do?
right,
Like,
right, right.
don't judge me.
Yeah.
And that's what people have to do, unfortunately. That's just jobs.
Yeah.
But I mean, besides that, it was just more the hardship, just getting over all my own, not insecurities, but just like you start going down that rabbit hole a lot of like, can I do it?
What is it about the spirits business that you clear? I mean, it sounds like you clearly have a passion for this, because otherwise, why would you continue to be so persistent?
2 businesses that will always do well, no matter the economy. Again, the hair business, women will always get their hair done, no matter what.
Period.
And people always drink. You get a raise, let's go out for drinks. You lose your job,
go
you need
out
to
for
have a
drinks.
drink. Yeah, it's just always there. You know, so if you make a good spirit that you know that this will do well, people will enjoy this. You just have to get it out there. That's the tough part. You know, you
Distribution.
believe in something, and again, you have to have the right mindset to say, like, not to have bullshit. Like I can drink a glass full of ice and go, God, this is good. So much better than this and this and this. Like, well, why are you not like in front of every store everywhere?
Yeah.
So that's what kind of it keeps you going. You know, because you believe in yourself.
Yeah. What would you say to a newer founder who's in this current environment? As we had said, it's more difficult to get to a direct person, to get to distributors, to get into stores, who has been, getting rejected a lot, is now starting to contemplate, like, maybe this isn't going to work out. What
Don't do it.
advice?
I don't need any more competition. No, but really, like, people who just get in now, it's hard. I did everything myself. Like,
Yeah.
I worked 4 jobs to pay the rent for my office.
Right.
I made a little money, was able to get a nicer bottle.
Right.
Was able to upgrade some things based off what else I was doing. I didn't have that investor. Now, if you got someone that says, here's $5 million,
Great.
Go nuts.
Go for it. Right.
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah.
I said, go for it. Once you have the money, there's a lot of things you could do.
What about somebody who's trying to make money and trying to get enough to upgrade? What would be the strategy?
Just be persistent.
Yeah.
That's it. Because everything is going to go against you. They will.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, it's building any business is just building your life.
Even though you've gone through so much trial and tribulation, you seem very positive just generally. I don't know if that's a personality thing.
Take what's in front of you as far as like the blessings you have.
Yeah.
Because we all have those tribulations in life. You have
course.
those moments of this sucks.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you could be in a relationship, you get dumped. You're like, why me? Oh my God. What do you mean, why you? That's the least, go meet somebody else.
Yeah.
There's always a blessing in everything if you think like the positive side. Rather than, again, a conversation we had before is, I went through a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
But someone was going through so much more than I'm going through. So that was kind of like during that time of all this stuff happening, and even through my life, you dig that rabbit hole where you just keep digging if you want to. And you're like, why is my life like this? This sucks. Okay, why did this happen? Why did this happen? How come I'm not like that guy that's got like rich parents? How come? And you just go
You can keep
dig
going.
and dig as much as you want.
Yeah.
And then I would have to like, I mean, until you pull a trigger. That's what happens with people. And like I had a lot of that by the time I got home and spent a lot of time alone.
Sure.
And it just kept going through this process for a long time. And I'll just shake my head and be like, you got a daughter.
Right.
like take some breaths. So I guess you got to find something that's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
absolutely.
so again, you can't complain too much because there's people who are fully disfigured. They don't get to go to a hospital like I went to.
Right.
Yeah.
Their bodies are ruined.
Right.
Yeah.
But again, they're still healthy. You can look at them and say, hey, life is still good.
Right.
You don't have cancer.
Right.
You don't have a child that has cancer. You don't have to go through these terrible things in life. Like,
So what advice would you give to someone who has experienced tragedy, who's lost their business and is starting to rebuild?
the simplest thing you tell anyone is just move forward. Every day, just keep moving forward. It's that moment you stand still, that's when you're screwed.
Right.
Because as long as you can make progress, and that's literally everything in life. Lose a job, look for a job. Every day, look for it. Keep looking until you find something.
Yeah.
You can, and it could be the worst situation. Lose a loved one, right? You still got to go work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, internally, grieve, be sad, miss the person, miss them every day of your life, but you still got to move forward. Nothing stops. I mean, that's just the world we live in.
Yeah.
Every day something happens. You can't just sit there in sorrow. My business is not doing good. Okay, so figure out how to do better. Something didn't work out, so do it a little differently.
Yeah.
What can you do different? And that's what the best part of messing up, like learn from
Right.
kids.
Right.
Yeah.
They mess up with everything.
Right.
Yeah.
They knock a
just-
table over, they break things that maybe aren't replaceable. It doesn't matter, but they learn next time, oh, don't do that.
Isn't it incredible how, as we become adults, the room for error becomes completely
Yes.
unacceptable?
Absolutely.
Like,
That's
I
true.
never thought about it that way. Like, think about your kids just constantly.
Yeah, because we unlearn it, but that really is
Well,
the tea, like you said. That's sort
You're
of
being
treat it
judged
like
too much. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's got in
There's
our
this
head.
thing they say, it's like no one can really remember that day, but there's a day where you're out playing, maybe not today anymore, but all of us were out playing with our friends,
Yes.
right? Just out in the street,
Oh,
just in
yeah.
the park. Your parents are like, all right, girl, we'll see you later.
Right.
Then there's a next day that we just didn't.
Yeah.
Something happened in that one day that is like, now it's a phone call, or we just too cool to go play in the park.
Right.
We just didn't go to the park anymore.
Yeah.
Right? We just started something else.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what happens in life, is just that moment happens and everything changes.
Right.
Yeah.
And we forget that joy and the fun.
Right.
And that's what I try to tell my daughter, I tell my wife, I'm like, don't be too serious. Things suck. Life is not perfect. But there's so many beautiful moments like kids have. Like if you just sit around with your daughter and just the stuff that excites her, like excites me.
Yeah.
But we can still do that too.
Right.
Like we can still be excited about simple things.
Yeah.
But we just don't allow ourselves, because we're like, oh, that's not allowed, or
Right,
that's
yeah.
not
Right.
looked upon
Yeah.
as
Right.
Yeah.
correct. Well,
We
no,
edit ourselves.
just do it. I mean, as long as you're not hurting anyone, like have fun,
Yeah.
be silly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like that's at the end of it, that's just a joy.
Yeah.
And again, life is short.
Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully no one dies in a car accident. But if we're lucky,
Yeah.
70, 80, 90, we're already halfway there.
Right.
I'm already halfway there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, what's your current definition of success?
It goes back to happiness. I used to think it was money, and I always knew happiness is there, but you want, even when you're young, like I want to be a millionaire.
Sure.
At
Yeah.
that time, now millionaire is no big deal. You want to have the big house and the cars and all these things, and I've had nice cars, and nice places. I've gone to nice places. I've traveled. I've done all those things, But now, and this goes different for a lot of people because I have a daughter.
Sure.
I think it changes.
Absolutely.
My happiness is her happiness. Like that's all I see in my life is, which brings on stress too, is I got to provide for that happiness.
Yeah.
So you always want to like, I got to get this back to where I was. I got to work hard, all those stresses, but it's to make her happy.
Right.
That's why they say is like, there's no work-life balance. It doesn't exist. If you do, you're probably selfish.
Yeah.
You know, or you're single, you know, but
Single.
There's that.
because if you have kids, I mean, some people say, no, you shouldn't let your kids run your life. But that's all you have.
Yeah.
Because they're not kids that long.
Yeah.
All right? Like I say, why do you spend my buddy kills me on this. Like, we got to hang out. How come we never hang out? I'm like, dude, my daughter's, at that time, she was 4. I'm like, she's not going to be 4 anymore. Like this little bit I have only lasts so long.
Yeah.
And it's already changing now that she's 5.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, you
No,
see
it
that
goes
transition.
so
It's
fast.
that,
It was
yeah.
the goo goo gaga, dad,
Switches. 3.
hugs and kisses, and now
Crazy.
it's like,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
wrestle. Like we're going through stages.
Oh yeah,
Right?
and then lightning fast. I mean, my
Right.
kids are 12 now, and I
See?
look back at photos of them when they were like 4, and I'm like, what?
See?
What happened?
And if you're lucky, you had time to enjoy those moments.
Yeah.
So when people are like, oh, I need my time too. Like, okay, go get your time. Nothing wrong with that.
I know.
But
Right.
you're going to miss those moments.
I know.
Like when you might be 40 years from now, you're like, I remember when you were this big. And they're going to be like, yeah, I remember you went on a vacation for a week and left me.
Right.
So, I mean, it's just relative how you think. Right?
Yeah.
That's for me. So her seeing that smile and
Right.
seeing her super excited for like when we get to play and just
Right.
mess around. And my wife said, don't do that. You guys are going to get hurt. And we just have a great time.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's yeah.
You know,
That's part of being a daddy's girl.
Yeah. I'm always
Which is
like,
amazing.
let's have extra fun. My wife's always,
Don't tell your
"You're-
mom."
Yeah, everything's don't tell your mom. Because of course, because my wife's always, as a woman, you're more practical. Like you're gonna
Right.
fall, you're gonna hurt yourself,
Of
you're gonna do
course,
this.
of
I'm like,
yeah.
we've done it 100 times so far.
Right.
But in my head, I'm like, please don't fall, please.
Yeah.
Don't let this be the one time.
Don't be the one time. Because
Well, Hermoz, thank you so much for coming on the Exit interview and for sharing
you.
your story,
happy
both
to.
personally and professionally, and just sort of showing us how to sort of approach hardship and tragedy, to be honest.
Yeah.
well,
So we really appreciate it.
thankful you guys having me. Of
course.
Maybe I'll be on again and
Yeah.
we'll have
Drink
some good
101
cocktails.
vodka.
There you go.
This New Year's, make sure you enjoy a nice cold glass of 101 vodka.
Absolutely. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
The best ad I got right there.
Happy New
Cheers.
Year.
Happy New Year's, everybody.
Cheers.
There you go. We'll go from here. There we go. We can make it.
Yeah, we made it.
If you like this episode, please remember to like, share, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.